Hey everyone, welcome to Ink Scribes, the comics podcast where we discuss the art and craft of comics. I'm Colin Singh. I'm an aspiring comics artist and lifelong student of the craft, and I'm joined by my co-host Eric Zawadzki, artist on Assorted Crisis Events, out now from Image Comics, and Taylor Stauft, the creator of Luke Zenith's Wedding Day from the forthcoming anthology Faster Than Light Volume 2. The Kickstarter is now live, and the link is in the description below.
So I've got a whole mess of comics here, Colin. What are we talking about today?
So, we're covering COPRA by Michel Fiffe. And I gotta say, when it comes to comics, Michel Fiffe is the one true son of God. Okay, like I just very recently got into Copra, actually just this year, and I've always heard of it, but I'm kicking myself for not getting into it. Uh,
You and me both.
in
Yep.
preparation for the episode, though, like I blasted through round one and two, the first two trades. Then my baby woke up, and I had to slow down, and I had, but you know, I've been reading and consuming everything to do with Michel Fiffe. I've been watching all the interviews. I've been reading all the interviews. I've been reading all the books. I haven't read the Death of Copra yet, so don't spoil it for me if you guys have already read it. I don't know if I checked in with you guys if you did, but man, this book is in most recent memory, I was just blown. It sucks you right in. I like. Okay, Eric, you take over because it's way too much.
Yeah, so I'm kind of late to the game with Copra as well. I've always meant to dive in. I should say it started coming out in like 2012, and yeah, I've always wanted to see what all the fuss was about. But I was at a store signing for Assorted Crisis Events #1 in March. And while there at the shop, I finally decided to pull the trigger, and I got the Image hardcover because this is such a beautiful book,
Oh yeah,
and
I
I've
was
been meaning
there
to get
with
it
you
for a
for that.
while.
Yeah, I tagged
Yeah,
along
and
with you to that signing, and I read that. But that's what got me into Cobra was the first. I read the first couple issues in that book, and I was just like, I gotta consume all of this as soon as possible.
yeah, and Image makes really nice hardcovers.
Yeah,
So
they do.
yeah, I had zero complaints with this, but and full disclosure, coincidentally, like 2 days after I got this, um, Michel Fiffe kindly dropped into my DMs to compliment Ace because Assorted Crisis Events #1 had just come out. But I did instantly fall in love with the series from this hardcover.
Instantly.
Uh, and but not too long after that, though, a local shop decided to close up. And I walked in and looked through their back issue bins for the first time in a while, and I discovered the mother lode of early COPRA issues.
Yeah, they had a bunch. Just
Yeah,
like
you lucky bastard.
Yeah, I bought them all. It was kind of ridiculous going up to the till with this like pile of COPRA comics, and yeah, I I don't know. I appreciated them so much more as individual single issues because this episode is going to be a little bit of a celebration of this single issue, the individual issue, as a sort of art object
yeah,
almost.
Hmm.
yeah, because that's what he's doing, right? It's like the hardcover looks great from what I can see, but like I was there when you found these, and you pointed out like, see, he penciled in 251 of 500 on this, and I was like, whoa, what? He's making it himself. He's like that's the hand of
Yeah,
the goddamn artist right there.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I because they had this, so they didn't have the first like 6 issues, but they did have like the second print of issue 2, and they had the compendiums. Each compendium has like so the compendium 1 has the first 3 issues, and compendium 2 has the um, 4 to 6, and then they also had a second print of 2. But I distinctly remember Taylor you saying, "Well, you gotta get this one. Has got his pencil mark
Yeah,
on it." And yeah, so and they only had up to issue 25, and since then I've gotten uh I've gotten a whole bunch more, and this one just came out. Yeah, so I don't really like binge watching shows or binge reading comics. I like to let it percolate. I like to digest it. So although I have this whole stack of comics, I've only really been reading it. So I've been reading it for a couple of months, and I read about 3 to 4 a week. So I've honestly only read up to issue like 23. But yeah, I've been enjoying it ever since starting. And yeah, I've been pushing it on you guys as well.
Yeah.
In recent memory, I would say the last time I felt this way about a book where I just had to consume it. If this was coming out monthly, I think my enthusiasm would be a little bit more subdued. But the fact that it's all out there now, and I'm just about done, and I don't want it to end, and I know it's ending. The last time I felt this way was, I think, Naoki Urasawa's 21st Century Boys. I couldn't put that down either, right? And
Dang.
that was, and I don't think I felt this way about a comic, like in terms of just like a serial comic where you're addicted to a show or you're addicted to a book, right? Like, and you just want to keep watching it. One more episode, one more episode. This is that book for me. Like, when it's over, I won't cry, but I'm definitely gonna maybe.
Well, I mean, it is over with issue 50. Yeah, but you'll get there soon, I guess. And
Yeah, yeah.
There'll
then
be
you'll
no
see
more
it
Probably,
actually
probably
Copra
by
firing.
tonight.
for
Probably
you
by tonight.
to consume. But yeah, this entire series it's so fucking wild. it's
Oh, good. Hey,
it's rad
audience,
in
I'm
the
going to speak to
weirdest
the
way.
audience right now. You got to check out this book.
You do.
If this entire show, this one episode, it means a lot to me because I want everyone who watches this episode to read this goddamn book. This book is too good.
And I'm gonna say there's gonna be some people in the audience that take a look at the art and think, I don't know if this is for me. Push past that.
Yeah.
Read
Yeah.
what the man has written.
Mhm.
Look at what he has drawn. Take all of the lessons that he has created, because we're going to go through some, but not all of them. And there is like this. It just fills me with like the energy of like, let's make some goddamn comics.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I guess this entire episode is going to be my argument for why it's one of the coolest comics around. But let's just talk about these issues as art objects, because the quality of these comics, we've got like cardstock cover and thick matte paper.
Yeah.
These aren't disposable assembly line comics. Fiffe took the care to make sure every issue felt like it was worth owning.
Well, on top of that, actually, he also the way the like his decisions and the paper quality and all that kind of stuff is he wanted something that would also withstand being shipped to the readers, right? So
Okay,
the
yeah.
wear and tear in the box and all that kind, or the packaging and all that kind of stuff. He wanted something sturdy, so that's why the books are, they're a little bit thicker, they're a little bit more durable.
I hadn't thought of that, but that's a good point.
Right on.
Because yeah, he
Yeah,
was shipping.
Right on.
This
he
is
was
from his
shipping them
Etsy shop.
individually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
people, like he's got a very loyal fan base, and people pay for the year subscriptions, which helped get him through the first year of Copra, actually.
right on.
Yeah,
Good for you,
Yeah, and
subscribers.
these compendiums are thick.
yeah, yeah. You lucky prick.
Well, we'll all keep an
I
eye
just
out
got the
for
trade. I just got the trade. So,
Colin's
but
individual issues.
I'm gonna be on the hunt now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little history, and you can read a lot of the history in this book, Creating Copra.
I got it now. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know that existed.
Yeah, it was released last year. And if anybody's watching this in the future, last year, 2024. So I guess Fiffe was creating comics in the indie comic scene for a fair amount of time. And he would do the occasional short story here and there, and he released a couple of self-published comics. But long story short, he decided to make a monthly superhero comic. And knowing he was competing with the big two, he decided it had to be color. And if he was going to ask readers to jump on board, it needed to be different from your average big two comic. No ads,
Yes.
better paper, 4 extra pages of story, and a singular artistic vision that was obvious that the creator had complete freedom.
Yeah.
So he produced 12 issues in 12 months, which is crazy.
What a
Like,
Yeah.
punishing schedule.
imagine going from not being a full-time creator and just, uh, you know, I guess he also he was selling this in his Etsy shop, and so if you think about it, he was writing, penciling, inking, lettering, and coloring a comic, dealing with the printer, and shipping
Oh,
directly to customers and retailers
yeah.
monthly.
Yeah.
He did 12 a year.
Yeah.
And I guess he just sort of willed a comics career into being through hard work and sheer force of will.
Well, so he had only decided a year prior to the first issue coming out that he was just gonna go for it, right? Like, just like in the words of our dearly departed Ed Piskor, just draw the damn thing, and he
Yeah.
went forth. And his original goal was just to get to 3, but he started getting subscribers that paid for the whole year up front, and that helped him pay his bills. It helped him pay his rent, and helped him continuously pay for the production cost of issue 2, issue 3, and so on. So because so many people had signed up or subscribed for the first year, he failure was not an option for him. He had to keep going because back in the
I guess he was
90s.
just having so much fun while doing it, right?
That
I
too.
mean,
Well,
he has to
fun,
deliver.
like, yeah, do what you love, sure, but when it becomes a job, who knows? There were probably times where it was not fun at
Oh,
all. He was
yeah.
more concerned with, like, or rather, he would rather have just worked on the book rather than have to take on the production, take on the printing, take on wear all these different hats, because it wasn't picked up by Image. He had to do it himself. So he had to do everything himself, which is why I think this is a very important episode, because this guy, like I said, when it comes to comics, this is the guy you got to look at. He is the one true son of God when it comes to this.
Well, and that's why I'm going to say it. I think this is the most inspiring indie comic of the last 10 to 15 years.
It
100%.
is. Yeah. I don't know which issue it's in the back of, Eric, but you sent me the,
Right here.
yeah, you showed me the,
As soon as I read it, I was like, because I bought it with you, and then we
yeah,
went to the Calorie Con, and I was sitting beside you, and I said, Taylor, read this,
yeah.
which
Breaking
is
the Kirby
this
barrier.
right here.
It's, oh, if you are an artist, you need to read this. You need to be told this philosophy, this attitude that he goes into detail with. Like, it's not just a throwaway statement that about like move fast and break shit that shitty tech guys say. Like, this is a real considered, thoughtful approach to books that makes so much goddamn sense and really does fill you with an energy of I must create, I must move forward.
Yeah. So I recommend people pause and read this. But had you guys heard of the term breaking the Kirby barrier before reading this?
No,
I had, yeah. Well, you and I, Eric, we've talked about it over the last
Yeah,
couple of years.
I
I
saw
needed to hear it though. Like,
I
Christ,
saw Dave Sim reference it when talking about Barry Windsor Smith's Storyteller and how Barry Windsor Smith broke the Kirby barrier. But I mean,
at
in
our Barry
here,
Windsor Smith episode for the 4 phases of his 4.
yeah, but yeah, in here, I guess Michel Fiffe says that breaking the Kirby barrier is something he learned from, I guess, a Walt Simonson interview, maybe. But
Which
yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
just very
Yeah.
inspiring. I remember Taylor, you read this and took a picture of it to send to a friend. So
Yeah, because it was like, this needs to be, I need to send this to people that I know create things. This needs to be in the forefront of your mind if you're making stuff, if you're making stories, telling stories, just trying to get your stuff out there to an audience.
yeah, I found it so inspiring. Which is why I think this is the most inspiring indie comic of the past 10 to 15 years.
Well, the struggle to get to the first issue of COPRA too, he went back and forth between wanting to, like, get his start working for the big two and working on a book the same way Rob Liefeld or Todd McFarlane had done, and then go and do his own thing. Or then he would go the other way, and he would want to just do his own indie book and then get his cred that way. And he would bounce back and forth, and no one really told him. He found that he wasn't really getting better either which way. and
Mhm.
eventually he just kind of took the plunge and just came with Copra. He's like, I got to do something, so this is what I'm going to do. And it was a nice medium between his love of superhero comics. He loves superhero comics, and when you go through that phase of when you get into independent comics, you kind of get like ridiculed for reading anything to do with the big two, right? It doesn't matter.
There
And
are
kind
scenes
of
in comics.
exactly, and it was kind of cliquish that way. And he said fuck it to everything. He's like, this is, Suicide Squad was a really was a favorite of his growing up, and this book is very influenced by Suicide Squad. But he just decided, I'm just going to tell my own story, how I would do it if I was working for the big two or not.
I do love those types of stories too.
Yeah.
Like that's you take something
And
that you love and say, "What if I did it without any constraints, though?"
well, and he has done work for Marvel, and he has done work for Rob Liefeld. By the way, God bless Rob Liefeld. Uh, he has done Bloodstrike for Rob Liefeld, and
Yes.
he
Bloodstrike Brutalist.
and I said before in the Image episode where we talked about, of all the Image 7, Jim Lee was the one where I was like reading Wildcats. And even though I was invested in Wildcats and the Wildstorm universe, I always thought those first issues of Wildcats, I'm like, I wish he just went back to X-Men. Whereas in Fiffe's case, I don't think I want him to work for the big two. I mean, I'd probably read it, but I would prefer more Copra or more creator-owned work than the other way, right? This is like the
Oh, and
complete
that's the
polar
wavelength
opposite.
he's on, but it's fun to do like a one-off G.I. Joe story or a one-off
Oh
Bloodstrike
yeah,
story.
and he's totally up for it too. He would never. He said he would never turn away work from the big two or any big publisher or corporate-owned property. Like he is a fanboy at heart as well, right? But I really do prefer his creator-owned stuff. And I prefer if he does it all himself. If he's just going to write it or draw it, I don't think I'd really be there. I'd prefer if he wrote it, he drew it, he did the colors, he did the lettering, hand lettering. By the way,
Yeah,
everything about this book
It's
is done
handcrafted.
by
yeah.
exactly.
This is a singular vision through and through. So yeah, I should also add that like although I bought most of these at a comic shop, I think I mentioned before that I did end up buying comics from his Etsy shop. I just wanted to I, I wanted to experience what a true Copra fan did, which is you buy it from his Etsy shop, and
Hmm.
uh, I'm still missing like issues 26 to 40, but the Edmonton shop that I did the signing at, they have all those issues, so I'm going to grab them up soon. I want to say that that's one of the best comic shops in Canada. I think the fact that they have legit Copra issues, um, that right there tells you they're one of the coolest shops in
And the
Canada.
staff
So
is great
Barrington
too.
What's
Very
what's
welcoming staff,
the
very knowledgeable.
what's
Those
the
are
store called?
Variant Edition in Edmonton.
All right, there we go. Shout out to Variant Edition in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
yeah. I had a great
Check them
time
out.
visiting that shop.
But yeah, the ordering it from his Etsy shop, he also sent this. Michel Fiffe sent this flyer with you know everything you need to know to read Copra. So for anybody watching this, you can buy all the trades. The trades are done by Image.
Right on.
And so I guess this is going to be a bit of an unconventional episode because we're not going to go page by page of just like one issue. We're just going to look at like a lot of random stuff from this pile of comics. And I think the standout quality of these comics, for me personally as an artist, is the page design.
Oh yeah.
I love all the aspects of this comic, but the page design really speaks to me because he's just so creative. It's just endlessly inspiring to me. So yeah, we can start off with um, the two compendiums because, as I said earlier, I don't own the actual first 6 issues, but I do have this staple bound compendium 1 and 2, which has the first 6 issues in it. And let's see.
If you do have those first 6 issues, don't send them to Eric. You should hold on to them and learn from them.
Dude, they're already going for like $500 or $600 on fucking eBay.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Damn.
Yeah,
They're worth something. So
I
it's a
trust me,
miracle
I
I
looked
found
into
these.
it, and I
The
was
fact
very
that these
sad
were
at my finding.
available, what does that say about the taste of the average consumer in Calgary? But
Well,
then again, like I don't know. I didn't know these were in the bins in a Calgary shop until I stumbled
yeah,
on them.
there were a bunch of there was just so many of them, and I mean,
Well, variant edition. Sorry, what was the store? Variant edition that you
yep,
got these from?
variant
No, I
edition.
got them from another dimension when they shut
Right,
down.
right. But stores like that do like to take chances on indie books, and they'll order.
Yeah, it
They'll
was
order
such a cool
month
shop.
in, month out. Regardless if they sell, especially if it's a great book like this one. I am
Yeah, Riley
kicking
Rossmo
myself for
worked at
not
that
having
shop.
gotten into this from the ground floor.
Keep in mind, it is still alive, just not a physical store.
Oh yeah, they're an online store now, I guess.
Yeah, so check out Another Dimension Comics.
.com
Yep.
/store.
So yeah, Michel Fiffe had the goal of doing 12 issues in 12 months. He did this fun thing where um, he I, he tried to create a poster that would show up on the back. Now let me see how I can line this up because I've got issue 2 here. This is the problem with not owning most of issues 1 to 6. I only own issue 2 is I don't get the fully connected poster. But yeah, here's issue 7. That probably goes like that. And yeah,
Sick.
Nice.
and if you get all 12, you can get the entire image.
That's rad.
And yeah, I suspect that was sort of an incentive for him to push forward. I guess with every printed issue, it added a new piece of the puzzle, and you got to finish the puzzle over time. And yeah, in the hardcover here, you can see the entire image right there.
But it's not as satisfying.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But
Pull it
actually,
down-
also
Pull it
issue
down a
13
little bit. I can't see the top.
Now, I do want to make sure I'm understanding this correct. Issue 50 just came out recently. It's wrapped up now, right?
Yeah, it's done. He's
Yeah, done.
It'll be interesting
Unless
to
he
see
decides to revisit it, which he may
what he
very
does
well do
next.
so. Never say never. I hope
I
he
mean,
does.
at the end of something that ends, though, I'd love to see. When I enjoy something and it ends, my immediate thought is I want to see what the next thing the person that made this does. I don't need it to be a continuation of what it was, of the thing that I like. I just want to see the new thing, because it's going to
Yeah.
be he's got to be taking so many lessons from this book, like 50 issues.
Yeah. He's learned a
Yeah,
lot
and you
along the way.
improve so much over the course of 50 issues that
Yeah.
if I were to guess, every artist is the most proud of their most recent work. And so if I were to guess, like
That's
he's
the truth.
super proud of issue 50 and definitely not as proud of issue 1. So that's the situation where it's nice to just start over from scratch when you're at your best. But yeah, who knows? He's the writer of these characters, the creator of these characters, who I'd imagine he's just in love with every character. You kind of have to be to write them.
Yeah.
And to speak to the story, you invest in these characters very quickly. Like the way he plots it out, and there's I don't want to spoil it, but like issue 7, the funeral, issue like
Well, we'll get to issue 7
sorry.
eventually, but
I'm trying not to give too much.
You get no spoilers, audience. You got to read it yourself.
Oh, we're gonna have a bunch of spoilers, but I mean, we're gonna be going through all this stuff so fast that there's not gonna be a lot of spoilers. But a lot of these characters, as you alluded to earlier, Colin, they're based off Big Two characters. And so a lot of the fun is like reading this and seeing that, oh, here we have a Doctor Strange analog. And
Mm,
this is supposed to be, I guess, Klee. These are Vincent and Xenia.
Clay.
And
Cleo.
well, yeah, Doctor Strange and Clea, but Vincent and Xenia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Vincent really
Or
wears that on. Like, there is no question about who we are looking at here.
Yeah, yeah. And so, did you guys read John Ostrander's Suicide Squad when you were younger, or
I did not
at
know.
all?
no, my dad did.
'Cause I didn't either.
I wasn't too much into that kind of stuff back then.
So there's a lot of these main characters I don't really have a frame of reference for. I
Well,
was a Marvel kid, so
yeah,
when a Marvel analog shows up, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
Although I did get the Steve Ditko Shade the Changing Man reference, and I guess everybody knows this is Sonia Stone, who's based off of
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller.
The wall. Yeah.
But also there's Dr. Light, there's Deadshot, like there's all these Suicide Squad characters
Yeah, I
that are
clocked
pretty much a mirror image.
Deadshot.
Yeah.
I couldn't really grab anybody else. Before we started rolling, I mistook one character for actually two characters for a complete swap of their inspiration.
Oh,
I thought Rax was a Kirby New God, and Guthrie,
Yeah.
is it Guthrie?
Guthie.
Guthie as a Ditko one of Ditko's creepy characters. Only to discover, no, that's completely backwards.
Yeah. Because Rax is basically Shade the Changing Man, and
Yeah.
but like my favorite stuff is when Xenia and Vincent are around, because you get pages like this,
Ooh-wee.
and I love I love these pages so much.
You know what?
I was going to say, and this is kind of lofty to say, but Grant Morrison wishes he was Michel Fiffe.
What?
I think Grant Morrison wishes he was Michel Fiffe.
Certainly wishes he could draw like him. Yeah. One of the things, you're right, Eric. It really it's using the medium of comics to facilitate the feel of the magic that they're doing, or the interdimensional science, or whatever you want to read it as. But it's taking the flat page and making it, and the comic structure itself, and bending it and twisting it in a way that is satisfying for the display of magic that isn't just like a beam from his hand or a portal he dives through.
Exactly.
It's reality itself being changed.
Yeah, and he's just so good at doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's largely sort of like improvised with ink. I mean, I love this page so much.
Yeah, using the
good
gutters as space that he kind of moves in and out and through, and chaining it, and like, that's a great depiction of, I've changed reality. I'm trying to do something with the fabric of this universe.
But overall,
man, like
just the way
every
he
other page is
hacks
just
and cuts panels and has them cut into each other and just
Yeah.
intersect and like, there's a lot of like jagged panels, like, or like lightning bolt panels, which like will stab another panel, which will like come down and like to the end of the page. Like, oh, there's so many different things that he's doing here, and he's like, also to speak to his talent as a writer. Like there's one of the inner monologues for a lot of these characters as well, laid over top of the storytelling of the art, is like, it's, again, it just sucks you right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like a Punisher analog, I think.
Francis
Yeah.
Castillo.
It definitely is. Yeah.
And
But
there's
he always
Reavers
makes them
too,
different enough.
Reavers.
Yeah, yeah, because this is Punisher, but he's a cyborg. Because yeah, he's I guess his buddies are like the Reavers from the X-Men, which it's again, it's just so fun when a big two analog shows up. Like yeah, when this panel pops up, it's just so fun because like I recognize that from the Silvestri X-Men comics, and I mean, and just like how characters show their powers to us
Oh
is
yeah,
always just so
Mhm,
fun.
mhm.
yeah. His form and storytelling it's unlike anything I've seen. And I'm not going to say that it's always successful, but I don't know that that really matters, especially when it is a singular vision. Like, and knowing that his philosophy is break the Kirby barrier, I'd
Yeah, get it
rather,
done.
yeah, I'd rather anybody, any artist try something and fail at it rather than stick to the safe grids and non-overlapping, just like the standard comic design tropes.
Yeah, and it should be noted that like he gets better and better with
Yeah,
each issue.
yeah. I'm
Like
going
it,
through round 7 right now, and there's a notable change.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing about breaking the Kirby barrier is like get it done, pump it out.
Hmm.
You know, by the time you get to issue 7, you're a better artist. By the time you get to issue 15, you're a much better artist, and you just get better and better.
All
So
right,
that
fine. I'll start on my own comic. God
Just
damn
draw the damn thing. I keep coming back to when Ed Piskor said that. I can't remember what episode of Kayfabe it was, but he says just draw the damn thing, and I still struggle with that obviously a lot. But like, and not to, and I actually wanted to make a point not to compare this to Watchmen, but they used to say that Watchmen was not adaptable. Like it was impossible to
it.
adapt Watchmen, and Fife communicates so much in this book that you couldn't do this as a TV show or a film. I mean, you could adapt Copra,
Oh,
but don't get me wrong, like you can, but you would have to sacrifice way more than if you did a Watchmen adaptation,
yeah,
right?
yeah. The
Like you
spirit
get,
yeah,
yeah.
and it's
to be
to
cut.
me that none of that even really matters. This is pure comics to me. I don't,
Yeah.
you know, if there is an adaptation or whatever,
Well,
like I don't care. I'm here for the comics.
that lends to my point is that this is purely for the art, this specific art form.
Yeah. This
Oh,
means
and he
how he.
seems like a guy who like you know, eats, sleeps, and breathes comics. Like, and you can't create comics like this without that. Like, he seems to just like know the form inside and out. This is a lot of fun. This is like a fight scene. It goes on for like 8 pages, and it's just a silent fight scene as Copra fights a Japanese bartender. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like first and foremost, this is a fight comic.
I
Yeah,
was
it
Like
gonna
we
really
could say
is.
some
Yeah.
highfalutin things, but
Like
like this is a fun fight comic.
like it
yeah.
opens up with, oh man, Vita. Oh no. Like just somebody who they know attacking them, and they get their shit rocked.
Yeah.
That's issue 1.
You know, reading this exact fight scene, I was thinking that, you know, Eric, you and I have probably read Electra Lives Again like 100 times. Fife's
Yeah.
probably read it 200 times.
Yeah, actually I was going to say that like some of the ink line here, like on his eyes, kind of reminds me parts of it remind me of Frank Miller's ink line, but there are other parts that are just so uniquely Michel Fiffe. Like
But
no other comic has this particular inking style, and
No.
that's the beauty of Michel Fiffe is like he's he's a unique beast. Like there's nobody else like him.
but if you take that page right there on the right before you flip, like just the staggering of characters, that like think Eric, like from Matt Murdock on the bouncing off the clothesline being pursued by the hand,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, across
yeah,
buildings
I
and
can see
stuff.
that.
That's yeah. That immediately came to my mind. I'm like, dude, he's probably dissected Electra Lives Again twice as much as you or I would have combined.
Yeah, he's definitely got a mind for like breaking down comics. Man, check out the textural approach to the color here.
And I think
It's
that
just
goes
so
to
fun.
what you were saying about the inking style that he has. It is very obviously ink on paper from brush and pen. Like he's not trying to hide the medium even in its construction. It's very obvious. Yep, the pen gave out or the brush gave out at this point. That's fine. It's an artifact of this medium, and I'm
Well,
trying the damn.
I want to comment on his inking because he in the in this creating Copra book, he talks about his entire process from writing to penciling to inking. And yeah, right here, the first step after the pencil page is to do the sort of rough um, dry brush
Yeah.
outlines
Okay.
here. And then I think from there, he takes a pen and yeah, it says here he with a nib he goes in and does the finer details. So yeah, whenever you see these which is it's all over the place like you know
Thick.
the thick kind
Thick
of
as
dry
two
brush effect
sweets. Thicker than a
that
bowl of oatmeal.
yeah that's like the first stuff he put down, and then it locks him in,
Mm.
and he's got the general shape that he has to work with, and then he goes in and does the you know finer qualities, more detailed oriented stuff, and that's part of his style, which again, like nobody else inks like this.
No, and I'm sure there are people who are going to say, "Yeah, for a reason," or editors that would say, "Right, you shouldn't." But I don't
Yeah.
know. There's something that like I get why it wouldn't work in Avengers or Justice League, but god damn,
Oh no,
like this
it
is he is going all out for himself and for you, right? Like he is making this not for himself. He's making this, as Colin pointed out, because people paid him. He's like, all right, well, let's go.
well, and also like this is for connoisseurs of the craft. Like a lot of big two comics are sort of catering to somebody who just wants McDonald's, I guess. Like they want like a lot of the fans want a house style, and they want something easily digestible and a samey kind of thing. But like he could easily do an Avengers comic, and it just means that like there might be some hate mail coming in
Yeah.
because it doesn't look like every other comic.
I do get the feeling that if he were when he was asked, because I know he did a run on Ultimates, one of the various incarnations of Ultimates.
Only as the writer, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is I wonder if because Bendis has a story about getting the job for Ultimate Spider-Man, and he was like, "Oh, great! What do you want me to draw?" And they're like, "Draw? No, we
Yeah.
want you to write. You're not drawing anything." And
I
I
think
get the
Michel
feeling this,
Fiffe went through the exact same thing.
he
Yeah, he
did.
went through the
Okay,
exact
yeah,
same
that
thing.
makes a lot of sense because
And it's funny because Bendis was the one who said you're I think said of Michel Fiffe, you're the version of what they did when they hired me. Like
yeah, okay,
yeah,
cool.
like but I think the difference between Bendis and Michel Fiffe is Michel Fiffe realized more than ever after that is he just wants to be a cartoonist. Like
Yeah,
he didn't find it. I don't think he found it fun to write for other people.
yeah, I could see that.
And there's a thing we talked about in the Daniel Warren Johnson episode where like he was getting offers just as an artist to work with writers, and he
Mhm.
had to put his foot down and basically say like that is a dream gig, but I'm only taking it if I'm writing and drawing it.
Yeah,
And
and he stuck to it.
Michel
Yeah,
Fiffe had to make that as well. And
yeah.
it can be heartbreaking because it's like you're getting offered to work on something that you would love to do, but if you're thinking about your career and what would make you happiest and what you want to be, you have to put your foot down.
And what's best for you in the long run too, right? As a creator, no
Yes.
one is taking Copra from Michel Fiffe. Absolutely no one. There's no chance of it. It is Copra Press. It is him. Like Copra Press has one employee, him.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no
you know,
handshake
I
deal with Martin Goodman to steal Ant-Man from you or anything, right?
And what gets me too is like I work on creator-owned comics, but I'm part of a team. But he owns this 100%. This
Mm.
is all him.
Which I do support both situations because labor is entitled to all it produces, and your team, they all get what they get because of the work they put in. But
Yeah,
he's
everybody
taken
whose name
on
is on the cover. Yeah,
so much.
it's so much work. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
This is one of my favorite covers, oddly enough. But like, there's two parts of this cover. So in this hardcover, we get to see the both sections, but which is interesting. But the actual comic only has
Yeah.
that part.
Look at that.
So and I love this cover so much. It's
Just a reason
just the raw creativity of it, just all the different rendering, the color choices, the characterization, the posing.
the textures. Yeah. Just another reason to just
Kind of
buy
inverted.
more versions
Weird.
of COPRA too. Like we don't talk a lot about the business here because that's not really what we do. But I think from a business standpoint too, this is a great. He's doing it correct, right? He is like to get the full thing. Well, you got to get that hardcover. But
Yeah, and it is such a nice hardcover. So, Colin, you wanted to comment on this aftermath issue. So, like, a big story is issues 1 to 6, and then there's a sort of aftermath where
Yeah.
it's sort of a quiet issue where all the characters are just sort of like talking to each other.
Yeah, so with issue 7, like the personal files issue, it lends a lot more insight to a lot of these characters through like inner monologues and things like that, specifically through Sonia
Yeah, because it
Stone's
was an
monologue.
action comic before that, right?
Yeah.
And then
So
it
now that it
slows down.
slows right down, but it's very engrossing in that it's giving a lot of depth to a lot of these characters. Well, all you've seen them do is kick ass up until now.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now they're bearing one of their own, and each one of them has a story. And you
you get
invest
fun
so
character interactions.
yeah, and like all the different like allegories, like for example Deadshot or Punisher or whoever it may be, like the fact that like Sonia Stone is telling you a little bit about their backstory says a lot for what you just previously experienced and what they went through, right? It kind of adds a lot more what's the word, justification or motivation for how they are or how they've acted previously.
Yeah, and you just get to know the characters a little better and get to fall in love with the characters a little more.
Yes.
Man, look at the inking here. I love it.
Yeah.
And just like even the inking on his face, just also I love when he does artsy stuff like this. Like this is wild.
Uh, he also describes this previously that she's like this. She hears the sound of children singing or playing along with this effect, and it adds so much more depth. Like he actually like not just shows you the visual, but he actually puts it into your head what you should be hearing and what you, like what you should be experiencing as she is, right?
Yeah, and it is another fun thing about this is like so I think she gets possessed by this thing, but it takes like 10 issues for that to sort of roll out. So like he is playing the long game with this in a way that you can only do when you're working on an ongoing series.
yeah, yeah. Because the reveal of what's going on with her.
Yeah.
This is the same. Is that the same issue as? No, that's issue 8. Yeah, issue 8.
Oh, where is issue 8?
I fucking rocked so hard. There it is.
I mean, look at that cover.
Yeah,
She's got shrapnel.
Yeah.
And that gun. It's so cool. It's just shocking. Like I'm a slow artist, so it's just shocking to me the quality that he can produce
yeah.
in such quick fashion. So I mean, like right off the bat, this is an amazing introductory page,
Mm.
and he's drawing a team book as well, which team books are famously more work.
Oh yeah.
There's
If you're
so many
not,
Yeah, that's
characters to
kind of his
draw.
niche now.
yeah, if you're not Jorge
Fair to say.
Perez, don't even bother. Don't even try. Don't start.
So think about this. This is month 8 of him producing this comic, not only drawing it, but being the business person behind the scenes and selling it directly, like marketing it and promoting it and, shipping it, selling it to people. This is month 8
And
of
then
him.
this, like, holy fuck, this is amazing. He's doing his own sound effect. He's doing his own title.
Oh my god, yeah.
But
They become
what's
the
So
panel.
cool.
Like,
the
it's-
yellow background? I love
Yeah.
that he chose yellow over white.
Yeah.
Well, he did this for this issue specifically because it takes place on another world, and so he
Right.
wanted it to feel different.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Just
Yeah. But
very cool. But yeah, on the subject of like producing stuff quickly, I do want to show off in this creating COPRA book. Where is this? Yeah, right here. It's a little comic, and it's him drawing pages and talking on the phone, and he's saying, "Sorry, can't make your wedding deadlines. Oh, I wish I could, but I have tons of inking. Happy B-Day. Dinner date? This fight scene won't color itself." And like, we're saying a lot in this episode. Just get it done, and there are a lot of people in unique life situations that prevent them from getting it done. And everybody's situation is different, but what I will say is, like, there is always a reason not to get it done. There's always going to be a reason not to get it done, and he sacrificed so much throughout this first year in particular, because after that it became 6 issues a year. But this comic basically shows he couldn't go to a friend's wedding or relatives. He didn't attend a wedding, and he couldn't attend birthday parties or go on dinner dates because this comic has to get done.
if you're a 20-year-old artist out there and you want to make a comic, start now.
I was gonna say
It's
that
the easiest time to do it.
Because you are never in the best shape of your life than you are now.
Full all-nighters with no consequences.
Yep.
Not
Do
just,
it now. Start
what Eric
now.
just said. What Eric just said. No consequences. Like, as a single living single artist, you have no responsibilities. All you gotta do is pay your rent. Me, like, I'm married. I got a baby. My life's over. I have to do this part time. Okay, this show is part time. My art is part time. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have that luxury anymore. And I don't even know how Alan Moore did it. I read an interview with Alan Moore where he was talking about, well, the baby will be fine ultimately. So what if I really go out? I'm like, shut up, Alan. Like, dude.
Well, actually,
He didn't.
I've often
His
heard
life fell apart.
nothing kicks your ass more than having a baby. Like, makes you more responsible.
It has
makes
put
you
things
take your
in perspective. I take this a lot more serious, this show and my art a lot more seriously now than I have previously, for sure. It's just time wise, and like, this doesn't pay. I hope this show takes off.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pay. So
Remember to share with your friends, like and subscribe.
yeah,
yeah, because it's a lot of work doing this show. I mean, primarily, this show is a lot of work, but it is making me a better artist.
Yeah,
100%.
I think it's making all of us.
It's forcing me to work faster and take more chances, and and I have to have to deliver week in, week out. Like, we shoot every week, right? And I have to do something every week. And I know I'm bad for when we're actually shooting the episode, but I've committed to producing art for every episode going forward, right? Like, it's added in post.
So as I said earlier, that the Vincent Xenia stuff, that's my favorite stuff.
Yes,
Look at this.
This is great.
I was
thinking of doing
just in awe.
I was thinking of doing a Vincent Xenia thing for the art I did this week, but it felt like, boy, I didn't leave myself enough time to construct something that would adequately capture the feel of the character and what Fiffe is doing with it. So I punted a bit and tried a new technique, which you'll see at the end of this episode. Stay tuned.
Nice.
Well, actually, let me just on that note, just to make you feel inadequate and insecure,
I
I'm
mean,
going to.
the high school guidance counselor and my job both do that. So
Where's issue 9? Um, this is one of the few penciled pages that have survived. See these blobs here?
Mhm.
They're just like pencil blobs.
Mhm.
He just came up with those forms just in ink, or I guess
That's
that might be
issue 9.
pencil crayon. But like, yeah, he took these blobs and he just improvised it.
now the
And
easy joke here is for me to say I might as well kill myself. I'll never be able to do
no,
it.
you could
The
do
thing
this.
is, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna try and work harder.
Well, and also you could teach yourself to do this. A lot of it is like, and everybody's different. Like everybody has a different process, but a lot of it is teaching yourself to work without a net, I guess. What's the metaphor?
Yeah. I
Just
think
like, I mean, if you started off with a blob like this and just like improvised, you'll be surprised at what comes out. And the first 100 times you do it, you might not be happy with the results, but you slowly get better at it. So when we see stuff like this, like a lot of the magic, like a lot of that is improvised in ink. Like a lot of this is just sort of like improvised on the page, and he has no choice, right? Because he's probably got this 2-page spread. He's probably got to get done in half a day because he's probably got to do 3 pages a day.
it's really the tumbling through panels thing that I love so much. A great
Yeah,
depiction of magic that feels a lot more constructed than the finding it in ink process. Like I'm not saying he did do
definitely.
it, but
Yeah,
yeah, like it looks like that's the more thought out. The layouts are way more thought out, and
Mhm.
he's putting a lot of time into it for good
yeah.
reason and in great effect.
And speaking of like how we're all different, like I labor over the layouts. I spend way too
True,
much
he
time.
does.
I
Check
it,
out
it would
issue number 5 of Assorted Crisis Events. Out by the time this drops, you won't be sorry.
Yeah, like I'm a slow artist, so I look at like he's a fast artist. He just gets it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I admire that. I do want to say that like here's a write up of his process, and yeah, again, I would recommend people pause this and read it because again, it's just so inspiring. Um, yeah, very quickly, I'll just read a couple sentences. Like he says, I take a week to plot and dialogue an issue longhand, and sometimes I mock up a mini comic to map out flows, visuals. Layouts emerge slowly, if at all. I do hand lettering on the last day of week 1. Rewrites too. I originally thought I would pencil an issue first, but what I've been doing is sketching the most basic blocks, fine tuning. Yeah, I mean, what it comes down to is like, um, I think the last like I think like the first 2 or 3 weeks are making the comic, and then he has 1 week of, being a business person, and so it's not like he's spending the entire month on this stuff. You know, he's wearing multiple hats, and so he's probably doing like 3 pages a day.
mm,
He's not a businessman. He's a business man.
right on. As long as the outcome is income.
So let's get to ish. Let's just skip around because let's go to issue 11. Man, that cover! Wow.
Yeah.
What do we got here? So yeah, this was a lot of fun. This is we're getting like the first 12 issues are an arc, so we're getting to the end of that arc. What I love about this, every issue there's something fun and cool. For a while here, the bottom of the page for every page is its own little narrative going on. We have the main narrative, then we have introduction of this character in location A, introduction of this character in location B, location C, D, and then we don't have a lot of context because we've got the main story there, and then suddenly we have this, and then we have all of them. We have these 3 figures coming together, and then the panels crack and break, and then we have the bad guys show up. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
just like constantly experimenting, so much fun. And actually, I have a bunch to say about this
Yeah,
particular
well,
issue.
this is I meant to say before. I mean, like I agree with everything you said about the Vincent Xenia stuff from the Astral stuff from number 8. But this issue 11 is probably one of my most favorite of the whole bunch. Just the way this whole thing breaks down when he actually dispatches the robots. What are they called? Well, they're all called different robots, but it was what was it? Oligarch? No.
Oh,
Um,
Ochizon or something like that. Yeah,
There
yeah, I
is
don't remember.
Ocheson
right.
in
Just
here, yeah.
the pacing of this whole thing, like you said, like the bottom panels, each bottom panel is the robots kind of powering up and moving in on their location, and just like this was some edge of your seat stuff. And when they all finally get there, that final splash page there, where where they're all summoned uh, to where they're at,
Yeah.
and especially the central character here, it looks like it would mess with your mind if you were looking at it in real life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the optics of it would kind of like fuck with your eyes a little bit. And he's managed to capture that perfectly here.
You know what, Colin? I think you're completely right about Grant Morrison wishes he could
Oh,
draw
you're
like
gonna
this.
keep that in?
I am, and you know why?
Hey,
Because I think we should, because this is the sort of thing that reminds me of very early Doom Patrol stuff. Just like
yeah,
the weird as hell,
yeah,
like, what am I looking at?
yeah.
And I think you're right. Like, yeah, I
And,
wish I could
and I'll caveat that by saying I love Grant Morrison. Okay, I
you and me
love
both,
Grant
man. But
Morrison.
I
It's
think
not
you're
a
right.
knock. It's not a knock. It's actually just a praise towards Fiffe.
Yeah, I mean, like this character is made up of dry brush. This
Yeah,
character is just like crazy pencil
smudge.
lines.
The
Like
smudge. Yeah, he does a lot of smudge.
it's
I like when he does the
crazy.
smudge.
Yeah, yeah, he's so good at introducing new characters and just creating the most wild designs. And you think like, okay, I've seen a lot of crazy characters, and then next issue he introduces a whole bunch of new crazy characters with crazy designs.
Can you flip to
Uh,
the next page after? Yeah, after the one with the hands. Yeah, that one. The use of his use of panel gutters of the gutters as kind of
a power, right? Because
yeah,
this guy's
yeah,
power is sort
Mm,
of, and that's like, I
and
guess the
it's
the
not necessarily
universe
the same.
is this universe is contained in the panels, and I
Yeah,
guess the gutter space is some sort of like time outside of the universe. And so when a character is breaking up the panel borders, like that's yeah, I love it so
well, time
much.
and
yeah,
space are the same in comics, right?
exactly. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
and so
gives
this character is, yeah,
We fully
breaking
utilizes that here.
time
yeah,
and space.
but he uses it differently for different characters, right? Like this is not the same way that Vincent uses it.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
So he's even giving that amount of detail to
Vincent's was more mathematical because
yeah.
there were grids, and then
Mhm.
this is just more chaotic.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the audience is going to get sick of us just saying this is fucking awesome, but
Yeah.
it is fucking
And
awesome.
Hey.
this is what I was saying earlier about like page design being the most inspiring part of this comic. I and yeah, actually, I love the inking in this explosion panel
Mm.
because you see he loses a leg, and it's like the darkest part of. Yeah, it's just so well done. So we have like
Yeah,
a conversation going on for the beginning of for most of the beginning of this comic, and then an explosion goes off, and then the panels just go wild like the comic gets discombobulated because of this explosion. Like everything leading up was just sort of like your usual grids, just sort of normal, and then there's a sort of recovery. At the comic is sort of recovering after that explosion.
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, to go back to the first issue, how like half the cast that's established dies within the first few pages, and
Right?
now
Yeah.
you've got
yeah,
this really epic fight scene here where you are kind of like you're just hoping everyone makes it to the end, and like every time there's like a death blow or some kind of like you see a character with blood coming out of their nose or whatever the case may be. You're like, oh no, please not her. You know what I mean? This is
Hell
the
yeah.
first time in a while I've felt that way when reading a comic. Like the whole time I'm like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, you know?
Well, yeah, there is a certain permanence to all of this too, right? There aren't lunchboxes these characters have to be slapped on, or there were mold injected
Yeah.
plastic figurines.
Mm.
It's like if he wants somebody dead,
Eric,
they
go
can
back a
stay
page.
dead.
Sorry, can you go back a page? Uh, so that again, that head there, wouldn't that mess with your mind if you saw it in real life?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Is that he's channeling this kind of like this effect where you can it would actually make you go insane if you saw it in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the lettering. The lettering
Oh
is
yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah, yeah.
good
You made me
on
all.
this page. How this guy talks, and you just how it's like broken up a bit. Actually creating Copra. Let's see, issue 48. He talks a little bit about his lettering process. So he does work primarily traditional, but here's an example of um, he does do some digital fixes. So
Sure.
uh, he had some lettering issues here. This character says like I couldn't tell you, but before that he says I I couldn't tell you, but he decides to delete it there digitally. So and then he does like holding lines and stuff. So um yeah, there are digital fixes that he does, but and that's just a comment on the lettering. But yeah, I just want to linger some more on this lettering because he's to some extent the lettering is it's not like fully even, like it doesn't look like he's using an Ames guide or anything. It's can be a
No.
little messy, but that is the charm of it in this digital age where everything is perfect. And in comics nowadays the lettering often looks kind of like a sticker on top of the art. It doesn't look like of the page of a whole. it,
Yeah.
it, it always looks like a different hand was involved, and that's what I love so much about this is it does look like of a whole with the comic. It looks like integrated perfectly. It's very
Yeah.
a lot of charm.
That's a good point. Yeah. Sometimes the best we get is, or a lot of times the best we get is something like with Daniel Warren Johnson, Russ Wooten has made a typeface based on Daniel Warren Johnson's attempts at lettering, but it's still not the same. It's just kind of attempting to make it feel less like a sticker.
And I think the best letterers in comics try to make it look integrated with the art rather than a sort of one size fits all. This may be throwing shade, but I think most letterers have a one size fits all approach to comics. But someone like Hassan Otsmane Elhau, who's on a sort of crisis events, like he goes out of his way to make his lettering integrated with whatever art he's working with.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But let's see. Do I have issue 12 here? Issue 12 ends the arc. Issue 12. So yeah, the fight continues.
Locus Solus. Yeah, and like Locus Solus, like I love the title treatment of every issue.
Yeah, just so cool looking. And I love how he goes to 9-panel grids here. And then it keeps growing.
Yep.
Now we're in 12 panel grids and
16.
then
It's 6
16.
to
It just
16,
like
I think.
grows and grows until the big climax.
Yeah.
And again, like if Xenia pops up, I am so happy.
Yep.
And I mean, I mean, I'm at a loss for words with this
But
stuff.
that's a good example of like he's creating a rhythm at first, and then it's building and building, but it's still staying consistent, and so that when it's broken, you stop.
I mean, it's masterful comics making.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can be at a loss for words when talking about this stuff. But so this is the end of the arc, and so yeah, again, I implore people to read this stuff. I'll say the writing in the back. There's this is the end of the first year, so he writes about this is what's so great about the individual issues. You get a history. Like this is what I love about finding old Cerebus issues is there's a write up in every Cerebus issue, and you get a sort of history lesson on the creation of an indie comic, the triumph and tribulation. The is
An
that the
important indie
saying?
comic, by the way.
Yeah, and with this back matter, you get the history of like what he was going through in 2013 while publishing this comic, and I don't think these show up in the trades, and so that's why like they're such cool art objects.
Yeah, they
So
don't
I guess
show up
this
in
was
the round one, round two, like the soft cover trades. They don't.
which makes the
Here
individual
and there they
chapters
do,
so
but
much
not
cooler.
not all of them. But the ending
Yeah.
to the first year, again, I can't spoil it, but god damn, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So from there we got the next arc. So we'll move quickly.
Do either of you know why this is called COPRA?
Well, copra is a Hindu Sanskrit word for one, coconut meat, and two, skull.
Oh, okay.
I think it was
Okay,
a band name at like first, a band he was in.
That might
okay.
be.
Well, I'm also seeing here on the COPRA Wikipedia page that the coconut meat is classed as a dangerous good due to its spontaneously combustive nature, and I wonder if that plays in at all.
Huh.
Because they are
Shit.
quite, and the
There's like
book
an
itself.
explosion on the third page of the first issue, I think.
Yeah.
Is there not?
Well, and like the way they interact with each other and the design of the book, like it's that Kirby explosive
Mm.
energy.
What's that doing there?
Buy my book. Buy my book.
Does anybody get that reference? I do.
John Lovett.
That is the critic.
Check
John
it out
Lovett.
if you haven't seen it. It's great.
Do I have issue 13 here? Or did I lose it?
Who's your guys' favorite character?
So far, it's a good question.
Issue 13.
I'll show you at the end.
Okay.
Me, I'm all about Xenia.
I'm all about Manhead.
Manhead. Actually, yeah, no, I
Actually,
do like
which
the.
is, I think, I don't know if he draws inspiration from Mankind, the professional wrestler, Mick Foley.
That would make sense, right? It's all sewn
Well,
up.
he's wearing the gimp mask the same way
Yeah.
Foley did, right, in his career. But man, he was a tragic character. God damn.
So I this is a new arc, and again, like you open a random Copra issue and you just get crazy fun page design.
Yeah.
But there's one page in particular I want to look at here. So this is the Lloyd issue. For this arc, everybody gets a solo story, and he tailors the storytelling specifically to that character. The one cool thing I want to look at is like, how do you do a page of a character spiraling, of a character just like at home and just they can't get this idea out of their head, and this is a page where he can't get this thought out of his head and he just spirals, and again, just like masterful comic storytelling.
In
This
in Lloyd's case, everything is still contained in panels, even though like he does do a lot of staircase type panel layouts. Everything's still contained because I think that, and I'm just throwing it out there, it might have something to do with discipline because he's such a highly trained killer that a lot of that
That's
has
what
to
I
do with
figured.
discipline and routine and just sticking to sticking to the basics.
Well, so I said every issue of this arc is character specific, and so if we go to the last issue of this arc, issue 18, uh, he does a bit of a commentary for each character. So, what does he say about Lloyd? The big return that was really the immediate continuation of issue 12, final scene. Sorry, new readers, there was no other way. This story will be as deep and personal as I get with this character. Maybe he's gone. Um, okay, but so with other issues, he goes more in depth. Like the next issue is the were issue, and for that he basically says that this issue is quiet, brutal, very controlled, no monologue, no shadows, barely a sound effect. The 6-panel grid sets the story rhythm, and the clear line art sets the tone. Little moments escaped by severe family loyalty. So yeah, he's stripped out all the blacks, and it's a sort of a European clean line
It really
approach,
does, yeah.
and it's all 6-panel grids, and that's because this character is going back to his life of normalcy, like visiting family, and this is his life away from COPRA, and so the storytelling is being tailored to that.
In a way, it's boring.
I mean, yeah, it's as a nicer way of saying it, I guess it's a mundane life.
Well, I mean, I think it's intentionally just, mundane
Yeah,
is a good word.
exactly.
I said boring, but mundane, like it's just,
Yeah, exactly. Until he
Yeah.
has flashbacks or whatever,
right.
and we get these moments.
Yeah,
Flashbacks
because he
and
says right
nom.
before those, all I did was swing at stuff.
That's man, there are some great lines in this
Yeah.
in this comic.
He's a great writer, man.
And then we get the Gracie issue. So issue 15. Of the Gracie issue, he says that so this was Wer's opposite. It's colorful, scratchy, loose, and super crude. This drug-addled Miami takedown adventure wrapped in personal experiences. Some minor and very behind-the-scenes COPRA members made cameos. At the end of this issue, though, he does say that I think this is one of his most personal issues because it takes place in Miami, and I think he grew up in Miami. So yeah, one of his most personal issues was this one. But yeah, I just want to keep going down the line because the next issue is the Guthie issue, and he dubs this the Kirby issue
Because of, Orion and Light Ray and all.
Now, when that page showed up, what was your reaction, Colin?
Which page
Because I
you
was
talking
smiling
about?
ear to ear. Well, I mean, you didn't know she was a Kirby character, did you?
No. I did no, absolutely not. But as soon as
Well, this
I
page
keep,
kind of
I,
hints
I
at
don't,
like,
I don't
did you
want
get
to,
the sense?
I don't want to disrespect, Fiffe's work by calling it the Kirby character.
Well, he calls it the Kirby issue.
Right.
The Kirby issue, not because I mimic his style, but because I focus on characters inspired by his creations. Also, the creative process consisted of waking up to a few blank pages and not going to bed until they were done. Again, the Kirby barrier.
Right.
And
that was awesome.
when I saw the New God character,
Yeah.
I was
It is
smiling ear
great.
to ear because I'm a big New Gods fan.
Yeah.
Boom.
Kirby's DC work altogether, I think I prefer over his Marvel stuff. Overall.
All right, let's not say things we can't.
Hey.
It's a tough
I'm
call.
an individual and you're an individual, right? So I can
So
speak
yeah,
for
and then we
myself, you
get
speak for
to
yourself, all right?
where's issue 17? We get the Rax issue. So this is
Yeah.
the last one was the Kirby issue. This is the Ditko issue.
Yeah, so this I completely misread.
You thought it was a Kirby.
I read Rax as a Kirby character from the moment he shows up, just from the design. I mean, I see
the
now,
changing man.
Now I see that, but I don't know. I don't know that outside of Spider-Man, I don't know that I really know much about Steve Ditko, except for his bizarre objectivist theories and beliefs, and being the only person to truly put it into practice, which, on the one hand, respectable. On the other hand, he's a fucking weird guy.
Was.
So he says here this was the Ditko issue. Actually, this time I navigated through some of Ditko's philosophies using an alien prison as backdrop. I used a 9-panel grid as part of that exploration. It added to the strict claustrophobia. So again, just like so much thought put into the storytelling, so much thought put into the page design, and adapting the storytelling and page design to that particular story, to that particular issue and character. Just like we're dealing with a comics master here. And then, of course, we get to, as we've established, my favorite character, the Xenia issue.
Hell yeah.
Which is the end of this arc, which is, COPRA round 3, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, naturally, I have a little bit more to say about this issue, but not too much. Like, I love the fractured... she's in a fractured state.
That's a pretty page for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this entire issue, I think, is a work of art. There's like a lot of fractured panels. There's like staccato captions, and she's like really going through it.
Yeah. Reading all these character spotlight issues, I was dreading to read further because I'm like, I hope he doesn't kill any of these motherfuckers off. Like, I love
there is some death in future issues.
Of course,
because he even talks himself, I think, of
I know
killing characters that he really didn't want to kill, but the story just necessitated it.
Look at those.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wild. I love how the captions are cut off.
If you say
being cut off.
if you spill your own blood over top of it and say the right ritual, Xenia is going to show up from that comic. She's going to rise right out of it.
So
she's like a god. And that's something else I love about this issue is she is essentially a god, but like she has to deal with the mundane realities of like living in this world. She has to pay rent.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
If you skip ahead, let's say 4 pages.
Actually, right here, I love this line so much where she just says, "I'm more into elevator music anyway. It takes real inner turmoil to relate to a xylophone solo." It's like so fun, just funny and clever.
One more. This.
Oh my god!
Ooh-wee.
This is a work of art.
Yeah. As soon as
I want to put this on my wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just love these individual issues so much. I could just go on and on. We'll just, I guess, cover a couple more. Part of the history of COPRA is that I think with around issue 36, it started getting published by Image. I don't have those issues yet. I'm still tracking them down. But
31
they restarted with issue 1, but they had the sort of legacy numbers.
Yeah.
And then after about 5 issues, he went back to the legacy numbers. And then just most recently, he had the Death of COPRA miniseries, which is from issues, I don't know, like 44 to 49 or something.
Is it a separate series or is it just like within the main series?
Well, it was the same comics, but you had the Image versions, the Death of COPRA issue 1 to 5, and then you had the legacy self-published issues sold through his Etsy shop.
Oh, okay.
And so you know me, I'm a sucker for anything with that Image eye. That Image eye holds a lot of sway for me. But no, I wanted the non-Image issues.
Right on.
Like the non-Image issues, I think, have the cardstock cover and that specific matte thick paper. And I haven't seen the Image issues, but I think they might look like this with the flimsy cover and which is not to knock because this I recommend people pick this comic up. But
I honestly detest that the cover stock is the same as the interior pages. I know that they've Marvel, DC, Image, they've all been doing it for years, and I cannot stand it.
I'm
But you
looking
still
at.
buy it, and that's what the marketing department
Hey,
knows.
shut up.
So they did the calculations. Oh, people will still buy it. So
I'm looking at the cover of COPRA issue 50 from Image, and it does have the Image eye, but they've also slapped the COPRA skull into the Image eye.
Yeah, they do
Which
creative
is
stuff like that. I don't know.
yeah, you know what it
so
That
makes.
would obviously have been Fiffe's design.
and look, this is issue 2. This is copy number 201 I got.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. So they shift the 50 down, move Copra over, and then have the eye and the space on the left-hand side, which is not a bad design choice. You know what it reminds me of, though, is the Legend logo, which go and check out our episode on Dark Horse's Legend.
And
Short-lived
Bravura.
imprint. Yeah. Bravura.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we could just end on like 19 and 20, I think, but like again, introducing more crazy characters, and like I just want to show like he gets better and better. So by the time he's on issue like 19, like I mean, look at this page. This is just spectacular.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, it is. It's
we have the foreground element of the blood, and like she's chopped this dude's head off, and
yeah, that's a good observation. His compositions are becoming a lot more complex through the planes of the image of the picture plane. I don't think you'd see something like that in issue 1.
yeah, and like again, the first 12 was done in a year, and then he moved to doing 6 a year, so he got a little bit more time. But yeah, we get more villains here, and this reads kind of like an early Image comic where we get these anchor image. Every new villain gets this crazy cool introduction.
Yeah.
And actually, does this remind you guys of anything? This panel?
Yeah,
The X-Men number 4.
No,
X-Men number 1. Excuse
Jim
me.
Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
X-Men number
of
1.
Wolverine and Gambit and
Psylocke.
and Psylocke in the series. Yeah. So yeah, I get Image vibes from this particular issue.
I think he's entering a new era here. I think because Suicide Squad was a 80s darling, and now he's entering.
Well, this is
a new
arc,
era.
and this is the third or fourth
Round
arc.
4.
So yeah, he's
This is round 4,
recharged. Yeah, he's recharged at the beginning of a new arc. So, but again, you know, you get better and better with every issue, and you know, as I established before, it's fun to see the big 2 analogs. Like it's pretty clear who these are if you've read some Marvel comics, and it's just so fun how much he thought he's put into these characters. Like this character's ammo, is part of him, so you see him picking out bits and pieces of him and putting
that's
it
what that is.
into the gun. It's just his body. So
like Cable.
Yeah. Does Cable do that?
Well, no, but Cable's got a
metallic arms.
Yeah.
Techno-organic virus.
It's HIV for mutants.
I thought that was the legacy.
No, legacy virus. Excuse me. Yeah, techno-organic is AIDS plus.
Techno-organic is just the 90s in a nutshell. What sounds cool together? Techno-organic virus. Make you into robots.
100%.
So again, like we have really cool ways of displaying powers, and so this guy's got like something called a mirror belt, but he's using it to just fuck with this guy. And what I love about this is that we get to see him kind of fuck with a guy with his powers, but in the next issue, I think the entire issue is a fight issue, and somebody else is wearing this mirror belt, and you get to see this power used in a fight scene.
Yeah.
And so it's just a very clever setup and then payoff later on.
That's based off of Mirror Master, one of Flash's villains. Same with Mr. Cold.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
Mr. Cold? No,
Captain Cold.
Captain Cold. Excuse me.
Yeah, a lot of the DC characters are a blind spot for me. But yeah, because I didn't
Well, one
know
of the
that.
first comics he read was a Green Lantern comic by Dave Gibbons, and he just started consuming from there. So both Marvel and DC, he's got a really. I mean, I think he's about 4 years older than us, and so
Yeah, he's
he's got a head start
1979,
on.
I think.
Yeah, he's got a head start on
We're
us, right?
1983 babies. Well,
Right.
me and Colin.
Yeah. So
And Healer's 88.
85.
he
85.
Okay, 85.
yeah.
85.
So he's definitely a lot better read than we are.
Yeah, so again, to reiterate with these write-ups, like as an example, like in this write-up, he's talking about the convention tours in 2015 that he's going on. He's promoting his peers' comics. He's talking about the general media that he's consuming. And my favorite, there's a little bit of commentary about craft, which, I mean, he just hints at stuff, but it makes me want to pick his brain because
Oh,
right here, he talks about I'll definitely covet some McFarlane Spider-Man issues. I actually just discovered Todd's secret to his inking style development. And
yeah,
look,
I
I
saw
can't
that.
vouch for Spawn, but ASM number 318. And he just leaves it there. Like he discovered Todd McFarlane's secret to his inking style development. And I guess I got to ask him, you know, we'll have him on the show and we'll ask him, what are you talking
Yeah, I
about? Because
mean, I know you say you want to pick his brain, but dude, I think I might take him hostage for how much I want to ask him. Shit.
And yeah, just a couple more things. Yeah, so this, oh my god, like talk about inking right here.
Uh,
Like he's just using, he's leveled up right here. He's using
Yeah.
all the techniques.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
what number was that Daredevil cover where he's holding the revolver?
Oh,
Oh, like
20.
170.
179?
No, or it might be 180 something,
Mm,
183,
that's what that
84.
reminds me of.
But yeah, this is like an all fight issue. Man, talk about like technique because we even get some halftone here,
Mm.
and yeah, just again, like every page is fun to look at, and this is someone's life flashing before his eyes. This is,
Yeah, that's
and you
a
just
great
think
panel.
like, how do you draw someone's life flashing before your eyes? Like, there's a lot of different approaches you can do, and this is one, and just like,
And it's economical too, right? He doesn't have, he can't. This is something that Walt Simonson has talked about in the past. When we do his Thor, I'll go into it more. But you don't have infinite space. You don't have infinite time. You have these pages, and that's a great condensing of his life is flashing before his eyes. I'm not going to spell it out for you. I'm not going to narrate it. I'm not going to
yeah,
use more
it's a
space.
silent page.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's comics 101, right? You can't do this in this way in any other media but comics, taking advantage of the form and integrating the sound effects with him being punched in the face. And yeah, one more thing, because again, every issue has
Columbo
something
over here.
cool. So here's issue 23. There's
Great
a
cover.
sequence where like the lights go
Mhm.
out,
Yeah.
and then there's a fight sequence in the dark,
Oh shit!
and it's just made
Yeah,
up of
yeah,
sound
bro.
effects.
I'm glad you brought this one up.
It just so cool. Now again, like I'm savoring this, so I've only really read up to this, and this is only half of the series, so it ends with issue 50. So yeah, just an endlessly inspiring
And
comic.
we are definitely doing a part two, obviously. Not
Oh, we
not
are.
right just now. Hey, we're
I mean, I
definitely
guch we
doing a
have
part
to.
two.
It's
I
just
think
We
we're
so
have
all.
much
to. We
fun
only
talking
got
about this stuff, right?
halfway through. It's
Yeah.
a 50
Yeah.
issue self-contained story, right?
Yeah, and yeah, it's so much we can talk about.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I guess that ends part one of COPRA. And maybe in the future we'll look at his GI Joe and his Bloodstrike and his other indie stuff.
Stuff that he's written and drawn, though. I don't want to dwell too much on the stuff that he
all of
wrote.
it's fun. Who knows? But
I don't know. I'm definitely going to take a look at his Ultimates just to see the side by side of what is him just writing versus what is him writing and drawing.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that stuff too.
I'm sure he's a very, very competent writer, and he's probably a really interesting story and all that kind of stuff. But like, if it's not him, 100%.
Actually, yeah. Now that I think about it,
here's the other thing: is I'm just newly exposed to him this year. So, and I knew about him
we're late
years
to the party.
before. Yeah, we're late to the party. But now all I want is if he's cooking, he better make the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert, right? Like,
and he'll do like a short story for Marvel, like every now and then, and they won't let him letter it. So
yeah.
But I'll take what I can get because it's all great. Like he did a short Daredevil story. He's done a short Superman story.
Yeah.
All very cool stuff. But yeah, we're all artists here. So how's everybody's art week? How's that been going for everybody?
I don't have anything prepared as of this recording, but I'm doing a man head, and here it is. There it is. You see it?
Nice.
Sweet.
Rad.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Taylor, what about you?
Is this? I sure hope this is coming out just after our last issue, because I've taken your advice and taken a look at some YouTube watercolor examples to get a better feel, and in an attempt, and this really lined up to try to capture the feel of.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Of the
I love the
the colors.
You got a nice like cloudy kind of texture going on.
Yeah, it's an attempt to. This is the first time I'm trying to go for a blended background, and I went with background first, move forward. There are figure second. There are some issues with it, but I don't know. I think
it comes together because of that approach. Like everything blends together, right? It's very cool.
That's the greatest thing you've ever done in your life, man.
I mean, till now, probably.
Till now.
I mean, so we said earlier that this show is actively making us better artists. So we're like 7 months into the year working on. Well, I mean, we're like 40 episodes in. Taylor, how are you feeling as from beginning to end as an artist?
So far I do feel like I've come quite a bit. Dang, I wish I had. Let's see. This is the first thing I made for this show.
Yeah, how do you feel looking at that?
Fine. I feel fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel fine. It's fine. There's some stuff I like, but it's just fine. But there's things about this that I would change or that I wish I had known, but I am glad that I pushed myself to try the new process, the new technique, to go and seek out people who know how it's done, to kind of fight against things that I wouldn't normally do. Like, this is a lot less line work than I usually do. And I kept it as sketchy as possible, just to figuring, well, I'll add it in afterwards if I need it. But right now, focus on these colors. So I think even if there's not a stark jump, which I'm not going to say there is, but I am feeling a lot more confident in my art.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen, actually, I think you did some art even before that, maybe, where you said you weren't going to do color at all. So you just don't want to do any color work. You're a black and white artist. And so, I mean, that right there, like, all that stuff. opens pathways in the brain and makes your black and white art better. And
It really does.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
attest to that for sure.
Yeah. Thinking about tone and color and space, like it's all, everything is so connected in comics to the storytelling that you really do have to learn everything so that you
and we should say that like you're always showing off illustrations, but you draw a comic. You're a comic artist.
yeah.
You have a comic that's in the middle of a Kickstarter right now.
Yeah,
So
you can read it as it closes August 7th. Contribute now. We're already fully funded, so you will get it. And the only way to read Luke Zenith's Wedding Day with the adventures of Scorpio Gold and Luke Zenith is to contribute now. So head to the link down
singular
below.
vision by you too. You did everything, right?
That's true. Yes, it is. It is. There's things I would change, but it's all me, baby. Written, drawn, lettered. Yeah, check it out.
Right on.
Okay, and just before we end, a little self-promotion. I am an artist on an ongoing image book. So
Best one on the stands.
As of now, we've got 5 issues out. So issue 2, 3, 4, and 5 just came out.
Yes.
I'm so proud of this issue. I went balls to the walls with this issue. It's got some crazy page design. It's got, I mean, there's a little preview of it gets crazier than this.
He almost broke his goddamn back doing this for you, and it pays off. Look at that. Look at that cover, man. God damn.
Yeah, I'm so proud of this comic. It's the trade paperback should be coming out in a month or two, and I mean that collection of the first 5 issues is just like something that it's something that is a highlight of my career, and I hope to be doing Asura Crisis events for a good long while.
100 years or issues, one of the
2, whichever comes first.
Yep.
No, it's definitely the work of your career.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's 50 issues of COPRA. Hopefully, I can say one day issue 50 of Assorted Crisis events will be out. But who knows? It depends on the support of the readers, which things have been going well so far. But fingers crossed that continues.
Keep that up, viewers. Keep that up, readers. And I think we can all attest. Dennis is a idea machine too. I don't see him running out of ideas.
He's one of the most important writers in comics right now, for sure.
That's right, he is.
I do think he's a generational talent.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not alone in thinking that. There's a lot of online folks that agree. But yeah, let's close it out.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Read COPRA. All right. We'll see you next time.
Cool.